Hello and welcome to the weekly Oracle Wisdom. My name is Natalie Sadie, and we are going to have a look at what the Oracle cards have to tell us for the week ahead. We're just going to dive right in. I hope everybody had a good week or weekend, both. If you haven't already, please go and check out the March Oracle Wisdom, the monthly Oracle Wisdom. They were great readings. It's pick a pile, so you get to go and have a look at the pile that speaks to you for your reading, as opposed to it just being a very general collective reading. Okay, so we are starting with the Ascending Life Oracle. I want to pull one more. There we go. Okay, so we are starting with Evil Eye. You are protected. Cleanse and protect your energy. Jealous people nearby. Careful who you trust. Then we have Surviving. Barely hanging on. Living paycheck to paycheck. Burnout is knocking on your door. No savings. Limited resources. Hot mess, disorderly habits, untidy mind, chaotic, messy situation, feeling miserable and unhappy, being irresponsible. And then we have the hidden enemies or jealousy, hiding true intentions, being two-faced, time to work in silence. So I think that this week is one where we really need to pay attention. I think it's a week of feeling like things are unstable and unbalanced. Chaotic could be the right word. And what you have to remember through all of this, and I think that feeling that instability and feeling that chaos, it makes us feel like we're barely hanging on. We are barely surviving. We are trying to get through. We're trying to figure all of this out, but it's not quite there yet. And I think what we need to remember is that we are being protected. The other side is looking out for us and saying, I've got you, and we need to get through all of this. Now, with all of this, it reminds us that we need to be careful who we trust. We need to pay attention to the actions of people and what they're doing. Do their actions match their words? And so with that, if the answer to that question is no, be careful who you're allowing into your life. Be careful who you trust. Be careful with what's going on. Then we've got the hidden. I think that there are some darker things going on. Darker things. Sorry, that's the wrong word. There are hidden things that are going on in the background that we may not necessarily have that information yet. So just know that that's coming through. You may discover that someone or people in your life are not being completely honest with you. Hence the being two-faced coming up with the hidden card. Or maybe their intentions are not being, maybe their true intentions aren't being made clear to you. So this is what you need to go searching for. Okay, those are the ones. So I feel like it's a week where we really have to dial in. We have to pay attention to what's going on, the messages that we're getting. Are you paying attention to them, or are you ignoring all of the signs? And I think, unfortunately, this is a week where we need to exercise patience. And I say unfortunately because I am one of the most impatient people in this world, and that is not my strong suit. That is not where I want to be. But it's one of those weeks where we have to be patient as these things are revealed to us. So while I was shuffling and talking, 3 more cards came out. So we got the marriage card, attracting a long-term partner, marriage life, attracted to a married person, new partner, may be divorced. Then we have the passion card, lustful desires, sexual connection with someone, new passion in life, active sex life. And then we have good health, changing nutrition habits, setting up a workout program, work-life balance, routine checkups at the doctor. So I feel like on the flip side of this, we have this focus on our relationships in terms of what we're attracting in. There could be a new partner coming in. It could be a long-term partner. We may be focused on our long-term relationships. I know the card says marriage life, but in this day and age, not everybody gets married, and it may be as simple as, our partner that we're living with or our long-term partner, whatever your setup is. So there is a focus on that, and I hope that for you it means that the passion is coming back in, that maybe that's been lacking, or maybe it's just that you guys level up and amp that passion up, which is super exciting. I'm all for having that physical connection in our relationships. It could also mean that there's a new passion in life that comes through. And sometimes when we're going through these moments of upheaval and uncertainty, it makes us refocus on what is important and what it is we want to do. So it could be that there's something new bubbling up which comes through that makes you go, oh, this is the direction that I really want to move in. So the last thing in regard to the Ascending Life Oracle is the good health card. So it is a week to pay attention to your health needs, whether it is setting up a workout program, whether it's getting balance back in your life. And I've been talking about this a lot for the last few weeks, in that we all talk about having balance in life, but I know from speaking to my own friends that so many of us do not have that balance where, committed with kids and relationships and work. And so we're doing all of that and we are coming last. And the same can be said for men in relationships, that they are working to the bone to provide for everybody, and they are not taking the time to take care of themselves in the way that they should, because, they get home and they're just exhausted, and then their partner's going, I need help with all of this, which is fair. So just pay attention to some things that you need to change. And it may be as simple as, okay, I need to pay attention to the food that I'm putting in my body. I need to start working out, whether it be a 20-minute walk after dinner, just to get the blood moving and get myself moving. And then you kind of go from there. But it's a time to implement those healthy habits. And I think that with these feelings of instability, with the feeling that we don't have all the information, with feeling like we're sort of just hanging on and surviving, focusing on our health and actually taking steps to improve all of that is the best thing you could do for yourself, because it will ground you and bring you back to a place where it's easier to get clarity. Okay, so now I have the Work Your Light Oracle cards, which are Rebecca Campbell. All right. Okay. So we have Starseed, what lights you up? And this goes back to the passion card that I pulled out in that this is about what new passion in life is going to come up for you. So there is definitely a focus on what is it that sets your soul on fire? What lights you up when you talk? They always say, so people talk about public speaking and, I could never get up in front of this many people and just talk. But the reason certain people are so good at it isn't that their confidence is so great. It's that they love what they're talking about and they believe in it so wholeheartedly that it's easy to talk about. That's what makes it easy. So it's time to find that within you as to what is setting you on fire, or at least your soul on fire. Then we have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? So there is a reason for this instability. There is a reason for this week's energy. If we were on a super steady path that was easy all the time with nothing else going on, we wouldn't see the light and shade. We wouldn't see the good and bad quite as easily. Whereas when we have these moments where we're faced to look at what's actually going on, we're faced to look inward and how we deal with these moments of feeling this instability, that we then figure out the directions we want to move in. We figure out what is really important to us. So this is one of those moments. And then we have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So this is a week where we're being called to go within, to wake up. And I always say that these weeks are about leveling up, and this is what we're doing. For better or worse, this is where we are. Okay, I feel like I'm going to end up pulling one more of these. We have the Mystic Forest Oracle. So the first one is without agenda. Pure love and everything you have dreamed will happen when you are ready to give love without expecting anything in return. True givers receive. So this is a moment in time where we have to put out to the world what it is we want to receive in return, and we can't do it with expectation. This is a moment that even though we are feeling challenged, that we still need to put those intentions forward. So it's being in a moment of instability going, oh my God, I'm so frustrated with all of this, and going, okay, well, I am still really grateful for the roof over my head, for the people in my life, for the people I can lean on. I am so grateful for all of this, and then continuing on, because when you're sitting in a place of gratitude, gratitude comes back. When you love unconditionally, unconditional love comes back. And there are moments in time where it's challenging to remain in that space, but this is what we're being told we have to do this week. Then we have, what do you want? If you react negatively to the success and joy of others, it's a sign that you want more for yourself. Don't hold yourself back. Expand your comfort zone. So this is about finding your passion. It's about being honest on the subject of what is it you want. And in order to get it, once you recognize what that thing is that you want, then it's up to you to actually step into it and go for it. And that's where there is often discomfort, because stepping into the unknown is uncomfortable. And going for something that might have felt impossible a year ago, 2 years ago, it might feel impossible as you step into it now, but you'll never get there if you don't try. I keep hearing in my head, there was a tourism ad for the Northern Territory in Australia years and years ago. And they showed all these beautiful scenes and talked about how wonderful it was. And then the catchline was, you'll never, never know if you never, never go. And the reason they use never is because it's called, it's not Neverland. Oh, I can't even think of what it's called. Maybe it is Neverland. But this is the whole thing, right? We'll never know what's possible unless we try. So this is the universe telling you that it's time to step into that and just go for it. Maybe the answer is no, but maybe the answer is no because you were meant to get experience, but that wasn't your path. So just be open to that. And I feel like we need one final card to finish this off. Okay, there we, oh, no, we've got two. Okay, so rejuvenate yourself, know your limits and allow them to guide you. Limitations can teach you to take better care of yourself. You have full permission to rest and say no. And again, this is confirmation of the good health card, which I talked about. It's about balance. And in having that balance in life, you need to be able to take care of yourself. It's so important because you're not going to be able to continue going and going and going and being what everybody else needs you to be if you are not taking care of you in the process of that. And then we have a deeper world. Don't push or force your way through life. Finding balance, even in dark times, will open your heart to the depth of compassion in everyday moments. So I knew I needed to pull another card. I realized it was two, but both of them are about self-care and about finding that balance. So the fact that good health was the last card from the Ascending Life Oracle, and then we have these two cards from the Mystic Forest Oracle ending this reading. This is one of the main focuses of this week. It's taking care of yourself. So it's talking about know your limits. It's not, I've just told you to go for something that might seem impossible. And yes, if that's the thing that sets your soul on fire, it's not those limits it's talking about. It's the limits of pushing yourself so hard that you are burning yourself out. So that's where there are limitations, and that's where you need to find balance. I hope this reading resonated with some of you, if not all of you. As I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not every reading is for every person. Make sure you do go and check out the March monthly Oracle Wisdom. Pick a pile. Pick the pile that appeals to you, and that is your reading for the month. Maybe it's two of them. Maybe it's all three, because there's something in each of those readings for you. I hope that everybody has a wonderful week, and I will see you next Monday for next week's weekly Oracle Wisdom. Have a great one, everyone.